All right, you guys, welcome back to your 6 Cover. Appreciate you showing up, and today is a video of more questions that I'm going to ask you guys out there that shoot NRL Hunter. So, just the other day I picked up this. This is a Bergara. This is a new, as of last year came out, but it's the Premium MG Lite 22-inch carbon fiber barrel in 6.5 Creedmoor, but this thing is extremely light. So what I plan on doing is trying to shoot some NRL Hunter series stuff when I'm out west. So I'm going to load up some rounds for this thing, get it all ready to go, and if I come across an NRL match out west, then I'm going to try to enter in and see how it does. So right now you'll see the MG Lite. Basically this is on an XLR chassis, but it's all magnesium built, extremely lightweight, and it's got a carbon fiber barrel, magnesium chassis like I said. It does have the setup for ARCA and M-LOK on the sides. And then back here is a folder, and this folder is basically from here back is completely carbon fiber, and then you have a nice soft rubber pad for recoil. The grip is extremely thin and hollow and lightweight, and is also made out of carbon fiber. This does come with a Timony trigger. It's a single stage trigger that is very smooth. I prefer the 2-stage, but I want to keep this thing completely factory stock so that I can be in light production, I think. And that's something you guys will have to put in the comments section. I did add the Thunder Beast. This is the Ultra 7, which is an amazing suppressor. Oh, let me do this down here because YouTube's dumb. But basically it self-zeros or centers on this brake here. So you can run a brake or you can run it with a can. A can kind of gives you more of a pushback compared to some type of brake where it gets rid of the recoil a lot faster to help with spotting your hits or misses. But I do want to run this as kind of a hunting rig as well, so that if I decide to go elk hunting or whatever the case is when I'm out west, I'll have the option to stay a little bit quieter. I have talked with a couple of people that do shoot NRL and kind of asked them what they're running and what they're doing and kind of caliber and stuff. But what's nice is if I'm out and I run out of ammo, I can just go pick up some Hornady ELD match, probably in 147s, because that's what I was shooting before. And it's just great, very accurate ammo. So this is the build. This thing is extremely lightweight, and on top of this, I basically got an order in for some rings. So I'm going to run just rings, and I'm going to run this PST Viper. This is a 5x25x50. It does have 30mm tube on it, but it's an extremely great scope to use. It is a lot lighter than the Razor HD. I have a couple over there, but weight-wise, I need to stay under 12 pounds. And that is with basically everything. So the whole rifle, the rings, the scope, and some type of bipod, and whatever else I'm going to put on here, needs to stay under 12 pounds. I don't know if when you go out west anybody's shooting light, or if they're all shooting like heavy or whatever the case is. But I'm going to set this rifle up to stay under 12 pounds, or definitely going to try. If not, I'm going to have to rethink or figure out another way to keep it under 12 pounds. But I think with just some rings, that on there as well. When I run this, I got a scale down here. When I run just the rifle and the scope with suppressor, I'm at 9 pounds 4 ounces to 9 pounds 8 ounces, kind of dumping back and forth. So I got a few pounds to mess around with. The rings that are going to be coming in are definitely not going to weigh much. It'll depend on what kind of bipod I'm going to use. I know Thunder Beast makes a really good lightweight one that's at a pound that may be an option for this. They do make a great bipod. I've been looking and doing a little bit of research trying to figure out what like the MDT or basically the old Sky pods would weigh for a double pull. I think out in like Wyoming and stuff like that, or competition dynamics matches, this would be a lot of fun to carry around just because it's extremely light. If you guys remember that old video where I ran Skittles, it was like a 20-pound rifle. That was not fun to hump around during the match, but definitely shot well. So having all this kind of lightweight deal is definitely going to be beneficial for those that want to carry something, maybe hunting. Haven't had a chance to shoot this yet as far as giving you some thoughts on recoil and having an extremely light rifle. I have shot a Christensen Arms, basically all carbon fiber. It was very lightweight, so it'd be a lot of fun to pack in to the mountains or whatever on a hunting excursion. But the recoil and being able to spot your hits and misses was definitely a lot more difficult. So I'm excited about this. If you guys shoot NRL, maybe you shoot out west. I know quite a few people that watch the videos. They live on towards the west, or Montana, Idaho, Wyoming kind of deal. Give me your thoughts. Give me what you're running, what division you are in, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited about this. So my plan is, for those of you that may or may not know, I kind of travel around and shoot matches all over the place, and I do a lot of 22, basically rimfire matches. I'm going to change that up a little bit. I'm bringing Skittles, which is my 6 Creedmoor PRS rifle. I'm going to load up maybe 700 rounds of that, and when I run out, I run out. So I'm going to try to find matches around the west and parts of the east as well. But NRL Hunter stuff out here on the East Coast, I'm in North Carolina if you're not familiar, is completely tough to find like more than just one match. There is one match down in Georgia, I believe. But I didn't want to set a rifle up for just that, so this is kind of going to be a hunting, but really it's going to be an NRL Hunter rifle. So I'll figure out a good load for this in 6.5. I'll probably be shooting 147s, and you guys can chime in using, what am I going to use? Hodgdon's H4350, and I'm going to be pushing that bullet. I think I have a factor, hit factor, and I still got to figure out if it's going to be enough. And that's some research that I'll be doing still. So if you got some insight on that, any information you think that can help new NRL Hunter shooters, definitely put it down in the comments section, or even places to go to find really good information on it. But I think it'd be fun to kind of go down that rabbit hole of NRL Hunter. It's kind of neat because you don't know the distance of the targets, you don't know where they're at. So it's kind of like a competition dynamics match. If you guys aren't familiar with competition dynamics matches, they have team matches, and you and a partner can go out there along with non-team matches where it's just you, and you got to spot, you got to find the targets, you got to range them, and then you got to engage the targets under the clock. And it's a lot of fun. It's really good for maybe practicing like hunting stuff, where you got to go find that target, figure out how far it is, and then engage it. So let's have some fun, and look forward to some future videos on taking this out to the range. As soon as the rings show up, I'll go ahead and put that vortex on there, and we'll do some data for load development, and we'll see how it does. I will say right out of the gate, this has no grease on the bolt. I've definitely felt bolts that are a little bit smoother and nicer, but a lot of times it takes a little bit to wear in. And of course, this needs some grease. I think all bolts should have grease, unless you're out in Utah where the dust is like horrible. The moon dust, as we call it, or places like that where it has a lot of wind that blows a lot of dust. You got to kind of figure out where you're at. On the East Coast, you can run grease because usually it's raining and wet, and you don't really have to worry about dust. But with that said, you guys have a great day. See you on the next video. Take care. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe so you can see the latest and greatest of what's taking place and the adventures that Rick is on, depending on what state he's on. So I just came back from the Yeti, which is a really good match in Kentucky. There was 100 shooters and great top-notch shooters. I ended up coming in 22nd, I think it was. So I didn't have a great day, but I did decent. I just had a few stages that I could have done better on. But along with that, everybody shot the same course of fire, and they just picked a better wind call than I did. So it's just a matter of having fun, getting to see all your buddies, enjoying the day, and we'll try better on the next one. So see you guys.